Hey y'all, this is Keisha from Lorraine's Treats and Things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today I'll be making a red velvet cake, a recipe that I got from Pastry Living on YouTube. I believe the recipe is just under Pastry Living red velvet cake. Okay, and so the recipe is you're going to need two 8-inch cake pans, round 8-inch cake pans. You're going to butter the cake pans or spray them with the Baker's Joy or whatever you want to put in there. And then you're going to cut out two parchment paper rounds to fit the bottom of your pan. Excuse me. And then you're going to set that aside and you're going to preheat your oven to I put mine to 325 because I just wanted it to cook slower. And I think that she have hers at 350, but I'm not sure. It could be 330 though. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, the recipe is 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 3/4 cups of sugar. Of course, you're going to whisk all of your dry ingredients together to their well combined. And your wet ingredients includes in a separate bowl, 2 large eggs, 3/4 cups of oil. I use just plain vegetable oil. I want to say she used olive oil. I'm not sure though. But anyways, to be sure, go back and watch that video. Pastry Living red velvet cake. Okay. The oil. Then you're gonna have add a half a cup of buttermilk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of gel-based food coloring. You oil the spoon first and then add that. That's what she added. I had powdered food coloring, which to me is much stronger. And yeah, so that's what I use. Of course, you're gonna what I was gonna say. Of course, you're going to combine the wet with the dry, and yeah. But I was gonna say before you do that, no. Okay, so you're gonna do that first. You're gonna combine the wet with the dry, of course, and then in a saucepan, you're gonna add 1 cup of regular milk, whole milk, and then a half a cup of butter unsalted, and you're gonna mix that together, stirring often because you want it to come to a simmer, but you do not want the milk to get that skim on the top of it. So you're gonna try to stir it, often as possible. It shouldn't take that long anyway to heat up. So you're gonna have a small saucepan to do that. And then after the milk comes to a slight simmer, you're gonna take it off the heat, and then you're gonna add that a little at a time to your batter. I feel like the batter comes off kind of thick, but then you can what I'm trying to say. It will loosen up, so it ends up being like a loose batter. But I mean, the cake comes out pretty thick and rich, So yeah. And then I made the cream cheese frosting. Is 4 cups of confectioner sugar, powdered sugar, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I believe that's 8 ounces of cream cheese. Yeah. And then, if you have a mixer, hand mixer, whatever, then you're going to mix all of that together until it's smooth. And yeah. And that's that recipe. And I think you guys should probably go watch the video too, because yeah, I enjoyed watching the video. I did put a little more food coloring than she did, which I wish I wouldn't have done that because I wanted my cake to be a lot lighter in color. But yeah. So next time, I definitely will not put as much food coloring as I put, because the powder that I have is very potent, and you really only need a tiny, tiny bit to get the color you're going for. And I also, because at first I thought the batter was too thick, and I added, what did I add? I added a little more buttermilk and a little more oil. Don't know why I did that, because I didn't realize that I was going to add the butter and the milk mixture to it to loosen it up. But it still came out pretty good. I'm going to give it like out of 10. I would say a 7, because it was my first time making a red velvet cake. It was my first time making a birthday cake. And so for my first time, I thought I did great. Okay. And my sister makes the best red velvet cake. And she said it was good. It was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as hers. Her and my son said the same thing. Because he made her red velvet cake recipe in high school, because they had a bake sale, and he made all these cupcakes and they all sold out. And so he think he's professional or whatever. But I'll take that from them. But they did enjoy the my frosting better than my sister's frosting. She said my frosting was much better than hers. And yeah, so I'll take that. I'll take that. And yeah, so this was my son's 30th birthday, and I wanted to make him a birthday cake, even though his favorite dessert is pecan pie, which I also made him pecan pie, and that's on my channel also. That video is already up, so go and watch that video. Thank you very much in advance. Okay. And which he said was excellent. I think the only person that got a piece of that pie was my mom, and it was an accident, because he even told me afterwards, "Why would you give her a piece of my pie?" I thought I was making a pie he was gonna share with everybody, but no, he took that pie home, wrapped it up, and took it home. Okay, so I didn't even. I tasted like a little piece on a fork, like a little tiny crumb, because I was making my mom cutting her a slice, and she said it was the best pecan pie she ever tasted. And that says a lot, okay? Because she is picky and she is judgmental when it comes to food, okay? And she can cook down, baby, okay? Please believe, okay? Anything. But yeah, so, I'm happy about that. I'm happy he loved this pecan pie. And he said the cake was good. It wasn't my sister's cake, but, it was still good. But anyway, I was proud of myself, because I had never made a red velvet cake before, and I never made a birthday cake before. And I thought it was really cute. It was simple, and it was beautiful, and it was made with love and everything for a wonderful guy. Okay, my son, my one and only son. Yes, an amazing guy. And yeah. So yeah, I'm just pouring my oil and stuff in the bowl. And yeah, and I was watching my youngest granddaughter. Well, actually, I was watching her and her sister. She's 8. Actually, her and my son's birthday are 5 days apart. His is March 2nd, and hers is March 7th. So at this time, this day, which was March 2nd, she was 8, and then 5 days later, she turned 9, of course. But yeah. And so I was watching the youngest. She was up under me because her sister was still asleep. She went to bed late, and it was the weekend too, so it was whatever. But when she got up, she was helping watch her little sister, which I appreciate. But yeah, so yeah, this was a beautiful day. It was just me and my kids, and my oldest daughter, 2 daughters, which I have 5 grandchildren altogether. My son has 3, and then it was my mother and my sister. Yeah. So it was just us. We had a good time, though. We had a really good time. My son was happy with his gifts and everything. And yeah, that's what it's all about. So, yep. And I do have a little snippet of his birthday. But it's gonna be another video, and that probably will be on my TikTok. So go on over to TikTok and subscribe over there too. I mean, well, follow me over there and like the video. Lorraine's Treats and Things. Okay? Appreciate y'all. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe over here as well. Thank you. But yeah. Hope everybody's doing great. And I'll see, I'm adding that food color. I see, I just had to add some more. I just couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it. I had to add some more food coloring. I would have just let this video go the way that it was. Excuse me, I dropped the bottle. But I had stuff playing on YouTube in the background where my grandkids was watching. It was music. It was a lot of noise, so I had to do a voiceover. But you know, I really am trying to just let everything ride. You know, as long as it's nothing that no copyright issues or whatever. But you know, if it's people talking in the background or whatever, I'm gonna stop like editing videos because it's like it don't even matter at this point. You know, so this is my life and that's what it is. You know. But yeah, I'm warming my milk up, simmering it. Now, there is a clip in here that I didn't know that was in here of me chopping up pecans for a pecan pie. So please ignore that. That has nothing to do with the red velvet cake. It's just that where it's at, I already edited a lot of stuff out. So I couldn't go back and redo it. I would have had to redo the whole thing. And I was just like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So just bypass that part, fast forward through the pecans, and let's get to the rest of the video, okay? Thank you. Appreciate you. But yeah, I was just standing there watching it because I did not want it to get that skim on the top or, you know, burn at the bottom how milk does sometimes. So yeah, I was just watching it very carefully. Sometimes I swear I just get stuck in time. I don't know why I was hesitant to turn the oven on or whatever. And you know, we recently moved, and me, my oldest daughter, and her two kids. Yeah, so I live with them. But anyways, we probably been here for like 3 months now. Yeah, we really recently moved. And so I sometimes I forget how the stuff work or whatever. And it's like, girl, snap out of it, you know. You know what to do. But yeah, so that's why I was sitting there hesitant, like I'm slow, okay? But yeah. I enjoyed this recipe and then the pecan pie recipe which is on my channel. I think I said that already. But I like trying different stuff, you know, to see if it'll come out the way that I see theirs come out, you know. And I did pretty good, you know. And the pecan pie, which I'm going to make again because I still have some ingredients for that. I'm going to make that again. But I'm going to make the little small, tiny individual pies for, you know, the rest of everybody that didn't have, that didn't get any. Yeah. And I don't even think my son had enough pecan pie, even though he had a whole pie itself minus one slice. Because he said that, well, he came over, when did he come over? Sunday. Yeah. Sunday when he came over to hang out, I had stopped to get some Louisiana chicken for me and my daughter and her daughter. Only because the baby can't eat the chicken. It's too spicy. But anyways, and I had called my son to see if he wanted some food too before I bought like this big old family meal or whatever. And he was like, no, I already ate, but see if they have pecan pie. Like you just had pecan pie for your birthday. You still want some more. So I guess he ain't got enough yet. So I guess I'm when I make the little small ones, I'll make some for him too. So I guess he could take some to work with him or whatever. But yeah. Yep. I love my family. I feel like it's a lot of us, like everybody's spread out. But like my immediate family is like my mom, she has 3 kids, which is me, my sister, and we have one brother, and he's the youngest. But we're all a year apart though. Yeah. So she's the oldest, then me, and then my brother. And then I have 3 kids and 5 grandchildren. Only my youngest daughter, who turned 25 on February 4th, she don't have any children yet. And then my brother has, how many kids he got? My brother has 4 sons, and I think his youngest son is, how old is Sammy? He's dang, I want to say it's like it have to be like 11, 12 year difference between his youngest and no, it got to be way more than that. Yes, I think it's like a 20-year difference between my brother's youngest child and his oldest child. Wow, I think it is. Child, baby. Couldn't be me, no. Child, I can't. I thank God my youngest is 25, okay? But yes, but being a grandmother to a baby, ooh. I mean, like a young baby, like being involved, not being a grandmother, but being involved like I am, like every single day. Oh my gosh. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm like, I ain't had to do nothing this in 25 years, you know? But when my baby was a baby, but you know, sometimes it wears me out, but then other times I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful, and actually getting to see her grow from a baby on up, because my kids were like out of state, went to college and all this stuff out of state, and so I didn't get to see. Well, I seen them, but I didn't wasn't able to be with those kids, all my other grandchildren, like I am with this youngest one, every single day from the time that she was, in her mom's womb, when she had her, going through the whole thing, and being a part of her life as she's growing every day. Like she's the first child that I was able to do that with. To God be the glory, because that's a blessing. And I thank God for that, because everybody's not able, everybody's not blessed and favored in that way to be able to experience that. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying it's easy though, but I am, because she's getting older and she's almost 1. So that's a blessing. Yeah. But it's a process. It's a process. You know. Yeah, I changed clothes and everything. Took my shower and all that stuff like that, because I wanted to be ready before they come. I was gonna wait, but then I was like, nah, because then I'm not gonna be ready when they come. Just to throw something on, at least smell good and all that stuff. Be fresh. So yeah, and I changed my little clothes. But yeah, I don't know why my cake got stuck like that in the pan. It all came out. I was dancing to Gracie's Corner, y'all. I'm so sick of watching that. I don't know what to do. Like, ooh, Lord, please. But I've been turning on different stuff now, like Sesame Street. Other little shows like what is it called? Grand and JoJo. That's like a British one with a black grandmother and her granddaughter. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good little show too. I just try to put on a variety of stuff for my granddaughter to watch, but she's getting at that age now. She's almost about to turn 1. So, it's time for flashcards and all that stuff like that. So, yeah. But Gracie's Corner, like, oof. It's like those songs just be in my head, just ringing. And I'm like, oh my God, please, Lord. But yeah, as you can see, my frosting is soft because I had the oven on, because I was cooking food for this day. Yeah. some chicken enchiladas exactly. To be exact, that's what I was cooking. But yeah, the oven was, and I forgot about, the temperatures and stuff, so. But anyways, I frosted it, and then I end up sticking it in the fridge for a while, and yeah, this is my first, the crumb coat, what they call it. Yeah, the crumb coat. Anyway, so but by the time I refrosted it, everybody was there already. So, but it was okay though because everybody was too busy eating anyway. So yeah. But I like to have stuff on time. I hate being late to do anything. If I'm supposed to do something, I want to be on time. I want to be early. Like, yeah, that's just me. I cannot stand being late. Like, it's a real pet peeve of mine. So, but I just started. I started to relax. I was like, it's okay. If it's not ready when they come, it's all right. Just breathe through it because I was so intense. Like, I wanted it to be perfect. But yeah. The silent video. Yeah, I keep doing that because, I didn't want no crumbs to be on the top of it. Even though I'm going to still put more on there, I still didn't want no crumbs to be on the top, to mess the layer up or whatever. But yeah. But when I tell y'all I'm going to get this whole cake thing down pat, watch. Because I'm into it now. I'm just want to do a lot of stuff. So I'm going to get it down pat. Yeah, because usually I make um like bars, like different types of brownies and like the blondies and cookies and stuff like that. That's my thing. And pies, though I do like making ice cream pies a lot. I do, but I don't make them often. I really don't. Not often as I used to make them. I'm gonna put that on my channel too. I said I would never share that recipe with anybody, but my family know. But and they all say they've made it the way that I say to make it, but it just don't taste the same as mine tastes because I don't know why. But yeah, I'm gonna put that recipe on here. I think I will do that. Coffee lovers ice cream pie. Mm-hmm. Look how intense I am. Like, girl, if you don't frost this cake. I think I'm gonna make my video shorter because this is long. It's like just like watching paint dry. I swear somebody pouring water down from upstairs. Mm. See, it was sliding off because that heat in there. Look at my son's birthday cake. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This was Keisha from Lorraine's Treats and Things. God bless, and y'all have a great day. Goodbye.